I'm Shirley Jones, and this is Gemma Wenger's Hollywood.
Academy Award nominee for The Godfather, so that's probably what you're best known for.
Boy, I'm pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, and 4-time Golden Globe Award nominee.
Yeah, I never win anything. Just like getting awards and no jobs. I'd rather get a job. They're going to give me a piece of glass.
I know.
can't eat
You eat
glass.
regular
Oh,
that way.
nice.
God bless. Thank you.
God bless you. You take care.
How about a kiss goodbye? Adios.
Hello, I'm Martin Landau.
Hi, I'm Florence Henderson, and you're watching Gemma Wenger's Hollywood.
I'm Gemma Wenger. You're watching Gemma Wenger's Hollywood. We're here at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills, and we're at Night of 100 Stars. And it's so exciting to be here because so many of these celebrities have been through so much. They've endured so much to get where they are, and just to talk with them and allow them to express their heart, it's such a blessing. So I'm so glad that you tuned in, and I know that you're going to enjoy the show. Well, it's so great to have you here. And now, what has been the highlight of your career? What do you personally think was just the greatest being an actor?
Well, that's easy. That would be Victor Victoria on Broadway with Julie Andrews and Blake Edwards directing. Yeah.
I mean, I love Julie Andrews. My favorite movie is The Sound of Music. I mean, how did it inspire you being in that movie, in that play?
Well, I mean, I was well into my career when that came along. That was 20 years ago. But to work with Julie and to work with Blake Edwards and to be able to sing Henry Mancini's last score was such a privilege and an honor. There are many other wonderful things, projects that I've worked on that I've had fun on, but that one really stands out.
And personally, what has been your greatest victory? What have you overcome, kind of something? Or personally, what has been your greatest victory?
In my personal life?
Yeah, can we get personal?
I think, and this is what I tell young actors when I talk to them, and it's not a personal victory that's locked in time, and it's not a one-time thing. It's about not giving up when you want to give up, and we all want to give up because it's such a difficult business, but to just keep showing up and keep finding places to act.
What are your greatest concerns about society today as far as the direction the world is going?
There has to be a spiritual revolution. There has to be an awakening of the heart on a global level. The encouraging thing is to know that it can happen with one person at a time. You light one candle at a time, and the room becomes full of light. So that's what needs to happen. I think it's abundantly clear that government is not the answer. Politics is definitely not the answer. It has entertainment value. And there are so many ways in which man has found to be divisive and to separate. But there's one thing that connects all of us, and that is the experience of the human heart, which is why we love movies and plays. Things that unify us and remind us of the human experience, that we are not all that different. We have very much in common. So the projects that I cheer for are the ones that express that message and have a unifying effect, or at least challenge the prejudices that we have.
So specifically, what would you change then? What would you make a movie to change or to show the world?
I would just encourage people to watch comedies, to laugh more, to watch It's a Wonderful Life at least once a year, to watch Being There with Peter Sellers, to watch the Marx Brothers, to travel a lot, to get to know other people, to get to other countries and realize that people are people wherever you go in the world. And when you get to sit down and talk and to connect with somebody, you find yourself there in another body. And then it's impossible to be aggressive toward them. How's
That's
that?
wonderful. No, this is fantastic. I really like this interview. And so has faith played a role in your life at all? Faith? Or how do you stay grounded
Well, I'd
and
say
say
just not giving up. Not giving up. Believing. Faith and courage and determination. Yeah.
And you've seen that in your acting career.
And what?
You've seen that in your acting career, faith and courage and determination.
Well, I've had an opportunity to play. I think the most striking example was when I played, I had the honor of playing the life of a man named Charlie Wiedemeyer, who was a friend of mine, who had ALS. And he was one of the longest surviving patients with ALS. He lived with it for over 20 years. He was a coach at Los Gatos High. He was an All-American football player at Michigan. And he never, ever gave up. As he lost his mobility, he lost his voice, he lost everything except his family and his faith. And he kept showing up to coach people, and I had the honor of playing him and getting to know him and his family. And they will forever be an inspiration to me.
That's wonderful.
And the name of that film is Quiet Victory, and I'd love to encourage people to see it. Anybody who is challenged in any way, to see that movie.
Powerful, powerful. One last question. We have a generation of youth today who basically, some of them are fatherless. As a father figure, what would you say to our young boys, our young men, our young women? What would you say to them to encourage them? You know, they look at television and they don't have a strong family structure, so they gain their morals and what they're going to do and how they're going to behave from television. What would you say? And from the internet, right, and social media. What would you say to the youth of today as a father figure?
Okay, find ways to serve other people. Do something for other people. Find a way to be of service. That creates self-respect, and it generates respect for other people. If we can come from a place of selflessness rather than selfishness, that'll be the track that'll move us along in the right way. And then find something that you're passionate about and that you love, and do that.
I have Kathleen Bradley here from The Price is Right, and you're gorgeous, so I know how you got the role.
Yeah.
What was it like working on The Price is Right?
Well, when I started, it was really wonderful. I was there from 1990 to 2000, actually 10 years. And Bob was a lot of fun, and you know, it was just great being on television, seeing yourself every day, and all of my family and friends and fans, and just a great job. You know, you don't have to remember any dialogue or anything. You know, we just have a little setup for production when you come out, knowing what spot to hit, where to be, and presenting the prizes, and we had a chance to dress and do little skits and what have you. So it was a great experience by and large, you know. And anyway, I wrote a book backstage at The Price is Right, Memoirs of a Barker Beauty. It was like several years after I got off the show. It just came out last year. it's been a little roller coaster ride, but for the most part of my life has been really wonderful. My career is blossoming and a lot of good things happening.
Now, for those 10 years on The Price is Right, that was blossoming. I mean, you're getting a great paycheck, you're in the public eye. What was the best part about that?
I wish I could say the paycheck, but it wasn't. Bob was making all the money. but the best thing, I guess, just being, being on a television show and a series for any period of time is a blessing. And especially having been on a show for 10 years.
That's a lot.
Heard of, But prior to that, even going to work every day at CBS, it was just a joy walking through those doors and knowing you're getting ready to work and do what you love to do and be on TV every day. People see you and recognize you, and and your family respects you. And young black women and young girls were looking up to me as a role model and saying, look what she's doing. If she can do it, I can do it. And I had a chance to get out and do some public speaking, to motivational speaking and different events and affairs and things. It just really was very rewarding overall.
Well, you're very beautiful. Did you start modeling and acting at a young age, or how did you get into that?
Actually, and I put it in my book, when I was 8 years old, I started. I wanted to model, I wanted to sing. I sang at home. My mother had a pretty voice, so I just did and hammed it up. I was in school plays, in high school and grade school plays, and modeling, fashion shows, anything I could do when I was back. I'm from Ohio, little town, not much going on, okay? So I just always knew I wanted to leave that town and come to Hollywood and stake my claim here and do what I want to do in the acting world. And I've done it. I used to travel with a singing group called The Love Machine. We traveled to Italy, Germany, Spain, all over the world. Like 56 countries, probably more. And we were with Motown, Arista Records. As a matter of fact, the song The Love Machine by The Miracles, they wrote that for us.
That's wonderful. You really were a role model. And what advice could you give to those who are aspiring to be actresses or models or be in the business? Or I mean, what I'm really trying to say is that you've lived a journey. What have you learned from it, and what can you tell those who are coming up, the younger generation?
Like you said, I have lived a journey. That's a very good way to put it. Just have to, first of all, aspire to want to do and be something, even if it's not in the acting, entertainment realm. You
don't all look like you.
Right. So you have to first have a passion, find a passion. Look and see what other people are doing in the world. Maybe it's something you want to do, maybe it's something you don't, but you have to have a passion. The passion will take you and lead you to other steps that will get you to where you want to go. But you do have to study. You got to learn your craft. You don't plan to just step right into it. There's so much happening on social media right now. It's wonderful for these kids and people coming up now. It's not like when we were trying to, look at newspapers and the casting call and on the papers. It's all out there now. It's just click on the button, go scroll down, for me, and send in your picture. You don't have to go on Go-Sees anymore. They pick you there. I mean, it's such a great time saver, and it's such a great way to network. And so it's all out there for whoever wants to become whatever you want to do. Just investigate and learn your craft and go for it.
Bentley here from The Big Short, and tell me a little bit more about that movie.
Well, I played the role of Bruce Miller, so it's towards the end of the movie, and I'm telling everybody to buy Bear Stearns. Not a really good idea. They went bankrupt shortly thereafter. In fact, during the scene as I'm up there touting the stock, Steve Carell's buddies are on their Blackberries, at the time, going Bear's down 11 points in the last half hour, and it goes bad from there. But nonetheless, I optimistically say it's a good buy, and then someone, asks the question, Mr. Miller, you wear Bears down 32 points in the last hour. You still recommend a buy? And I go, yes. Will you excuse me? And then it's I'm out of there.
Well, that's how they call it, playing the stock market.
Yes, yeah. So, it's a serious subject. I hope people learn from it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge risk, and you take a risk every time you invest in the stock market.
We hope that it doesn't happen again. You know, we have to be diligent. This is hopefully should be a nonpartisan issue, but we'll see.
What's been the highlight of your career?
This movie right here. Although, you know what, I was in Dallas Buyers.
Big Short?
Yeah, I played the judge in Dallas Buyers Club. What a thrill to be with Matthew McConaughey, and that won 3 Oscars. And then 12 Years a Slave, I had a scene with Chiwetel in the beginning of the movie, and that won 3 Oscars. And those were great thrills. But this movie is going to be seen by a lot of more people. Simply the subject matter, you know. So, you know, what can I say? I'm thrilled to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, you've acted all your life?
No, I call horse races. I was the announcer at the race. I know this is too much.
No, I love it. I love it. I'm totally into this.
I was the announcer at the racetrack in New Orleans for 27 years. I still announce every major steeplechase horse race in the country: Atlanta, Nashville, Charlotte, Raleigh, all over. I live in New Orleans and every now and then get lucky to be in a movie.
You live in New Orleans? How's that after Katrina?
You know what? Booming. Better than ever. And I've lived there a long time. You know, God bless, we've come back. A lot of things have changed for the better, and I'm very bullish, and this time I really mean it, not Bear Stearns, but bullish on the city of New Orleans.
How do you learn to call horse races?
You know, misspending my youth at the racetrack in East St. Louis, Illinois, you know, instead of...
Something good came out of it.
Yeah, I had fun and I made a career out of it.
I'd be in school.
Well, exactly. You know, so it's been fun, and it's so much fun to be here and to get to meet beautiful people like you.
Well, you're such a doll. Now tell me, has it always been easy for you, or do you have like an obstacle that you've had to overcome, or something that you've really had to work at and you achieved?
Other than like short and fat?
Well, it's working for you, and the screen, you know, they don't want all like GQ.
No, I know. Thank God. But, you know, I've been so lucky. I live in New Orleans, and these movies were done there. And I get the script and go in and do the audition. I kind of quickly get an idea of what I want to do. If the casting director says, try this, of course I will. And it's worked. That said, you go 0 for 15 and go, well, am I doing something wrong? But then you get 3 in a row. So it's crazy business.
You're very talented.
Well, thank you so much.
And any advice for the youth of America?
Don't buy Bear Stearns because they're bankrupt. You know, stay in school or whatever. You know, but just do what you like to do. I did, and here I am. And now I'm trying to find out what I want to do when I really grow up.
You really grow up. Wonderful. Well, it was so nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks. Good luck.
Tony Cabrera and Courtney Haynes from Choice TV. What is Choice TV?
Oh man, Choice TV is many things. Generally, we are a TV show. We just aired on Fox 11.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Thank you.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. Pretty hot.
It's pretty hot.
I think you're both hot, but okay,
Likewise.
Let's go with hot.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got that worked out. Let's move on from there.
I have both buttons buttoned like a cretin.
This is nice, hot. Yes, this is nice. Also hot.
All right, so Choice TV. We are a television show that advertises the best local businesses, Southern California, whether it's like a pizza parlor or a plastic surgeon. Yeah. So we've done a lot of things. We're going to an indoor water park next month. We've been up in helicopters. So it's great. You know, we just try to find honest business owners that have a good product and let the world know about them.
And a really great show that's covering a bunch of really powerful women in business as well, to try and showcase how people are really kind of manifesting greatness on the female side, as far as making sure everybody knows how awesome us women are too.
Yeah.
She has a lot to say. So
she does. Let her go. Yeah, I already stole like the first 12 minutes of this thing.
So it airs on Fox. I mean, is it weekly or?
It's not weekly right now. We just only have a couple of episodes.
It's very brand new. We've only had one episode air as of right now.
Yeah.
But we're really looking forward to more. And
do you like tell jokes in between, like?
Oh yeah, we're trying not to make it boring. You know what I mean? The last thing someone wants to hear is this business is good because. No, it's trying to make it fun.
So what is the format, kind of?
It's kind of.
We're hot, and these businesses are hot.
Well, you know what? Besides just being hot, it's a really nice mix of interviewing, experiencing, and just us experiencing what's going on at the business. So you get a little bit of that banter back and forth that you usually get with co-hosts. We've known each other for a long time, so it's
a connection.
Yes.
Yeah, there's stuff that's going on at the business itself. There's stuff going on at the studio. There's stuff, in between. So it's very multifaceted.
I'm so thrilled. I mean, I probably need a commercial.
We'd love to give you one.
I know where to go to.
Absolutely.
Anything else you would like to say?
Let's see. Our fee is $10 million per commercial.
Reasonable.
No.
We also get paid in puppies. Which is,
paid in puppies.
When you don't have the 10 million, puppies are fine.
I don't know. I mean, Choice TV is a wonderful thing if you're looking for a new business, and if you're looking for a place that, again, is reliable and trustworthy.
This is Levy from Israel, and her beauty is just beyond belief. She just sparkles. So, tell me about the highlights of your career.
I am an actress, a model, and I do a lot of TV in Israel. And radio shows, everything. My new TV show is going to go up next month, so I'm really excited about it. And I just came to LA for a week. And my next step in my career is over here. Because I was studying acting for many years, and I love acting. And here is where I want to be. So hopefully next year, we'll be here again and we'll talk about more.
Are you living in Israel right now?
Yes, but I go here like 3 times a year, and hopefully now it will start to be more. I have some things.
What's it like living in Israel?
People, many people have a really bad view on Israel, but it's really amazing. I live in Tel Aviv, so it's like Hollywood in the Middle East, and it's really amazing country, amazing people, and I wish that people would open their eyes more about Israel, because it's amazing.
Well, I love Israel, so
happy to hear that. Seriously,
I've been there like 3 times.
Amazing.
So that's wonderful. So you're pretty famous in Israel. I mean,
yes, I am. Wow. But my next goal and my next step is to get it over here.
To come out here. What has been your greatest personal victory?
Personal victory. I was on a, it sounds crazy, but I was on a kind of a surviving trip. It's something personal I did for myself. And I was like challenging myself so much personally. I broke down, I came up again, and it was seriously amazing. 2 months I was in the jungle surviving. It was crazy. But it's like the best thing I could have done in my life.
It really showed that you had the endurance and the perseverance to overcome.
Yes, definitely. And when things are hard, you keep on fighting. And it was really hard there. That was like the real world over there.
What does your family think about you coming to the United States to act?
I did it from a very early age. Like I used to travel from when I was 15. Now I'm 23.
So they're very supportive.
Very, and that's very important, I think, to have parents and family who support you very much.
What's the hardest part about being an actress?
The industry.
What?
The industry.
The industry. It's tough on you.
Because of the people, and it's very rare to find people who are down to earth and kind of human. I don't blame it. This is the industry, you know. But I think it's important to stay humble and always stay down to earth, no matter what level you get on. Really.
How do you stay rooted and grounded?
To surround yourself with people who are grounded. Sometimes, I know in the industry it's hard, but always make time for people who are grounded too, because then you will always stay there. That's what I think.
Has your faith played a role in your career, in your direction, in your life? Has your faith played a role at all in your yes?
For sure. I believe in faith and you know, if I believe in luck, in some certain point, but my career in Israel went from here to there suddenly. And seriously, it was crazy. But I also believe that if you really want something, you can get everything. Everything. Just as soon, you just have to believe it. Every day you wake up in the morning, see it. Because it happened to me so many times that I saw things and it came to me. You just have to believe, because the universe will give it to you.
That's so wonderful. And what would your advice be to those who are pursuing a career in acting or even just another profession?
I think an advice I could give to someone is to ask yourself if, when you wake up in the morning, don't see it as a job, see it as a lifestyle. And if it doesn't feel like work, this is what you love. And people should do what they love, because it's so many people, they wake up in the morning, they do something that they actually don't want to do. So, and of course, sometimes you have to go through that before you can get to where you really want to be. But always, always believe that what you want to do is possible.
You're just so beautiful. What's it like to be so beautiful? I mean, I'm just asking, and look at this outfit. It's just stunning.
Thank you so much. Well, what I do to take care about myself, I eat very well. I drink a lot of water all the time. Water, water, water. That's the #1 rule. And I always take care about my skin, use many products, and that's it, actually. And do a lot of sports. Sports is important.
What are your favorite sports?
Actually, I do a lot of kickboxing. In Israel, I was on TV shows and stuff like this, because maybe it doesn't look like it, but I love kickboxing. I do TRX, everything. I have my own personal trainers.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I wish you the best in California, in the United States, in the American market. And you know, you are sweet and you are pure, and I'm sure that that projects on the screen. So just keep your humility, and I know that God will raise you up.
Thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you.